Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome your faces to a brand new Poppy Playtime video on the channel. Today we're going to have an unscripted fun time watching and reacting and explaining Chapter 2, the teaser trailer. So like I said, unscripted, but we are going to talk about obviously each keyframe and some of the most important points of interest in the video. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. It is definitely interesting, but as I said, we're going to watch it first, and then we're going to react right after. So, let's begin. And I will pause. So, it seems to be teasing the original lobby from the Chapter 1. So, maybe we're back at Chapter 1 again, and we'll start here. I assume that might not be the case, but I feel like that's the whole reason in pinpointing the lobby from the start. But, anyway, let's carry on. So they're singing Itsy Bitsy Spider, which is obviously a nursery rhyme about the spider that climbed up the spout and then fell down because of the rain. And I wonder if that's a bit of a metaphor for obviously what we're seeing in the background. So that's a whole Make a Friend. Maybe it was doing really well and they were making obviously, you know, friends for children and everything. But then it's come crushing down in the end for some absurd reason that we don't know yet. Oh, and a very fun fact that kind of fits in with the timeline. Do you know that the first publication of Itsy Bitsy Spider was actually in 1910 as a song for adults in Camp and Cameo in Lower California with the words blooming bloody instead of Itsy Bitsy? Then it later appeared in other publications of children's nursery rhymes with the words changed to Itsy Bitsy, so it was more kid friendly. So it seems from that kind of trailer just on its own, I think we're going to be exploring Poppy in Chapter 2. It's either Poppy, because she's going to be the one that's singing as well. So I'm assuming, yes, from seeing that, we're going to experience more of Poppy's story. As we can see, we've got the flower there as well. So anyway, let's continue. So there's a second voice that also comes into the rhyme there, which is quite daunting, because I think this, again, is a room from the dollhouse. So if you haven't already gathered, this door is the door we got to see that's covered by the wardrobe before we got to see Poppy. So I am assuming what's going to happen is Poppy's going to hop out of a display and whatnot, and then we're going to go into this door right outside of it. So it's intriguing what to think what might be behind this door specifically. Now, I'm guessing it might be a family member of Poppy or someone just as dangerous. And as we'll hear now, I reckon she's already hinted to us who it is going to be about. So, let's continue.
Mommy doesn't like guests.
And there we have it, Chapter 2. Mommy doesn't like guests, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think behind this door, just before we get to Poppy's actual cabinet room, behind this door, behind the wardrobe, is Mummy. Is Poppy's mummy. And I wonder if she is going to be in some sort of connection with the female Huggy Wuggy. And I think that might be what gets explored in Chapter 2. I also want to kind of point out that in the Make a Friend scene, the main machine is, the red machine is actually looking towards the vents for some reason. Now, I wonder if, obviously, the start of this chapter teaser trailer is just a recap of what the player has done in the first chapter, and maybe that's why we see the lobby in the first part, and then the second part we obviously see Make a Friend, and we can see that he's looking into the vent, because from what we know so far, the only person to go in the vent is obviously or us, or obviously the other experiments. But I think it might be just alluding to, obviously, what we've already done. And I know I've said it before, but I'm really excited on the fact that we might get to meet Poppy's mum. Just because I think she's going to be a dangerous character. I think she's going to be even scarier than Huggy Wuggy. And this introduction for her kind of perfectly sets the tone for this kind of creepy character that we don't know yet. Because one of the things that frightened me most about the idea of the mother is she's very soft-spoken. She's going to be like that real creepy character. And I reckon she's going to be a lot more stealthy than, like, let's say Poppy and stuff. So I think it's the next chapter is probably going to be more jump scary than anything we've just played. Again, listen to the overlaying voice. It's just so sinister.
Mommy doesn't like guests.
Oh, it gives you chills, doesn't it? Gives you chills. And the best thing as well, I think, about this chapter 2 is it answers the question about the door. Because, you know, one of the main questions you have going into the end of chapter 1 is, what the hell's behind the door? Why is it covered with a wardrobe? So again, could this be before chapter 1 or just after, for a story sense? I imagine we might find out why it gets closed off and covered with a wardrobe in chapter 2. But I think it's going to be like a continuation of chapter 1, so I'm hoping it won't. I'm hoping it's going to dive into even more story with Poppy and obviously the mum, and go from there. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know what you think in the case of explaining and theories about the trailer. I'm intrigued to hear your ideas as well as my own. Obviously, as you've just heard, my current ideas. We might revisit the chapter in the future, especially for theory crafting and whatnot, but we have got another Poppy theory coming up on the channel. And remember, if you like Poppy Playtime content being covered and all that jazz and story, make sure you hit subscribe and make sure you comment and like, you know, do all the YouTuber stuff. But with that being said, I wish you the best morning, day, or night wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next theory video.